First of all, I would like to thank you all for giving me this honour and the opportunity to speak to you all today. We came to Australia in 1992 in December, so it's around 20 years now. We first went to Cairns, lived there for about 4 months. Then we thought, okay, for better future prospects, for better job opportunities, and to improve our education, we straight away decided to come to Brisbane. And the first suburb we lived in was Nudgee. And as you can see, we didn't go far away from it. We're still here. We moved to Banyo now. We love it here. When we came to Brisbane, my daughter was 2. But then after a few years she started primary school. At that time it used to be Nudgee State School. She did her schooling here from grade 1 to 7, and then she moved to Clayfield College on scholarships. She did very well as well. But I started to come in contact with people, Australian people, when I used to visit the school. I used to go and drop her and go and pick her up, made some friends with the parents. And I realised that Banyo Nudgee community made us feel very welcome and made us stay very comfortable here, and the support that they have given us from throughout these years, that's where we are now. At that time, I remember a lot of Indian community members resided in this area because of the Golden Circle cannery. This company hired a lot of multicultural people with different cultural backgrounds, and that created a diverse multicultural workforce for them. But then I also saw good relationships coming along, making friends, having a good time here, plenty of opportunity to them, and whoever came to us for help, we would go and say, okay, well, there's something there for you. I've also witnessed Banyo Nudgee community being very welcoming, very tolerant of differences, encouraging us to participate and inviting us to join us in Anzac Parade, different sporting venues that we have. Sometimes we get a phone call home, do you mind sending your child? We know your child is this age, would you like to come and join us and put them in rugby? Or it may sound it's not important, but you really feel important living in this community, that you are valued, people do care about you, and they know you are here. True community is about Aboriginal sharing life together, and the demographic of Banyo and Nudgee no doubt has changed now, but I think of the values, the warmth that is present in the people who live here makes this place a worth living place. As Noor and Pramod mentioned, and that there is no dearth of physical resources in Banyo. Like there's a train station, there's library, there's university now. So of course everyone wants to stay in the area where you're given all these facilities. Sometimes we may have confusions, I touched on this as well, and that could be the result of our values and the values of people from other cultures. This is where the programs like the one happening today can bring very positive results, where members from different communities come together and talk about and leave the assumptions and prejudices that we have in our minds, and they can all be cleared, the way we mingle, the way we talk, and then we start working harmoniously in our society. Now, with the fusion of several cultures, we now know we can enjoy several foods. Like my kids now don't like to eat Indian food at home. They always want pizzas, noodles, pasta, which I'm struggling to learn and to cook. But I think another positive thing that people, when they come here, they bring along with them. In the end, I think I would like to say that people, whoever is here, the way the Australian government gives the community a fair go to everybody, that's what people like here, and that's what people come here and they enjoy living in this country. So thank you for all this.
Thank you very much, Devinder, and can I say I've mastered pasta and pizza, but my favourite food is Indian, so maybe we can swap some tips, because I would love to learn from you. But our next speaker is Reg Neal, and Reg Neal's been a good friend of mine for over a decade now, and he's a wonderful example of somebody who's grown up here, loves it, chooses to stay, but also knows everyone, and has a chat down at the Banyo shops, and these sorts of local community people like Scott, who's also on the front row here, are people that you recognise and that say hello and that start to connect like Nora is as well. So Reg.